Hello, my name is Szynol, and together with my colleague Michał, we are representing the Polish team of European Journalism Observatory. Today we are launching the EJO Talks, and with us is here Professor Johann Roppen from Volda University College, our partner from Norwegian team of EJO. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Do you agree that last week all over the world there was a hot issue, which was announcement of Donald Trump, the President of the United States, of taking over Greenland? How this topic was covered in Norwegian media?
Oh, this was the talk of the town, and on top of all newspapers and all broadcasters. I did a counting, and I found that the coverage of Greenland increased from a few hundred a month to more than almost 10,000 a month in January 2025. So it was really, really the big issue.
How the government reacted? Was there an official announcement whether they agree with Donald Trump or not?
There was an official announcement from the Prime Minister. He said that this is totally unacceptable, and especially among allies. And Norway underscored that Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It was very clear.
And how the politicians reacted? Because we could observe in other countries, also in Poland, that affiliations, political ideology was very important. And, for example, conservatives reacted differently than, for example, the liberals, how it worked in Norway.
In this issue, as it sometimes is in issues of international affairs, the Norwegian politicians, the political parties, were very much aligned with the attitude of the government. So there was no clear political opposition to this line of thinking. And I was looking for comments and found one that was sort of opposing this view. And this comment from a professor in political science, it was more in a realpolitik way of thinking. And from the headline, it said that, okay, let's protest against Trump, but in the end, he will get Greenland. And of course, this has been much debated, and of course...
Who was she?
This was a woman called Holland Matlari.
Is he popular, and her party?
She used to be in the Christian People's Party, somewhat conservative party. She is actually a Catholic, and which is not very common in Norway. And she's a very experienced, both as a political scientist as well as a politician in her own right. She used to be a Secretary of State at some point. So her voice is regularly heard, and her comments was picked up, of course, and discussed. And a former chief of defense, he opposed her and were more in this, okay, we can do this direction, so to speak. But of course, nobody quite believes that the United States will actually go to an armed conflict over Greenland. We don't quite believe that, I think.
What about the common people, about the voters? Would they follow the political leaders and their opinions, or not? Because in Poland we had a very strong politicization and polarization.
I can't see that I have seen polls regarding this question. So the general opinion might be different. That would surprise me a lot, seeming from the comments that people are writing to this issue. I feel that this was maybe a watershed when it comes to supporting or not supporting Trump in Norway, because there has been a very loud minority being pro-Trump, so to speak. And but in this case, Mr. Trump is challenging Europe and Norway in a new way. So it might be the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. I was looking into some parts of the internet where the most strong Trump supporters are supposed to be, and I couldn't find that they were supporting the idea of occupying or acquiring Greenland. But they were putting this case into the context of, look how strong Trump is and look how weak European and Norwegian politicians are. So it's a complicated issue even for those who are strongly supporting Trump.
Apart from this, I would say, recent increase in the number of articles and media materials from the Arctic and from Greenland especially, is there any regular correspondence from the Arctic and Arctic issues are discussed in the Norwegian media or not that much?
There is always some discussion, so to speak, because as being one the largest country in the Western Arctic region, so to speak, Norway, together with Iceland, Greenland, the Faroes, and sometimes even Russia, are constantly discussing and negotiating issues such as sharing the fish resources and security issues, etc. So there's always some discussion about the Arctic region, and not least because Svalbard, Spitsbergen, is a Norwegian territory and is also a very important strategic importance in the whole region. So there's always something going on, so to speak. But you could also say that, historically speaking, Greenland was first settled by Norwegians 1,000 years ago. They died, and Inuits later arrived, and then Denmark, for peculiar and complicated reasons, become the colonial power, so to speak, of Greenland. And when Norway became independent in the 20th century, these ideas, let's take back Greenland, emerge in some environments, so to speak. And at one point, Norway tried to occupy parts of eastern Greenland. There were no Inuits, there were no Danish people there. There were only foxes and seals, and so it was more like a business operation. But the Norwegian government supported this, and instead of going to war against Denmark, Norway and Denmark decided to take the case to Hague, to the International Court of Justice. And Norway lost completely. I think it was only the fascist Italy that was somewhat supportive of the idea. So luckily we did not continue that adventure, so to speak. And today it's the Olympics, and Norway is really a skiing nation, so to speak. And you could say that skiing became important in Norway because this famous later Nobel laureate Nansen, in his young years, he went skiing across Greenland. And he wrote a book about it, and he was delivering lectures all over Norway. So he became a celebrity, and a lot of people took up skiing because this hero had done this feat of going across Greenland. So Greenland has always been there, and it's still important in the ideas of Norwegians. But today, I think security issues and political issues is more important than this past that is interesting, but not important in a real sense anymore.
Are there journalists specialized in Arctic issues in Norwegian newsrooms?
In Arctic issues, yes, I would say that, especially newspapers in the high north. Tromsø is the sort of Arctic capital of Norway, and Tromsø has been becoming a very important tourist destination in later years. And this comes in addition to the security issues, such as Norway bordering Russia. Just across the border between Russia and Norway is the most important nuclear capabilities of Putin. So both when it comes to culture, tourism, fishing, resources, and politics and security issues.
And intelligence.
In intelligence, yes, definitely. Then the Nordic region, is really becoming more and more important, not least because ice is melting, so everybody is expecting the region to open up for shipping and for whatever. But so the Arctic region is important for Mr. Trump, but it's also important for Mr. Putin, and in between is Norway. And of course, as a founding member of NATO, we have been feeding intelligence data to the Americans for decades, which is for Norway and United States a win-win situation, and something that Norwegian defense, Norwegian military think is more important in long run than this quarreling about Greenland. So the whole NATO alliance is shivering, so to speak, but because of geography and tradition and the Russian nuclear arms, Norwegian military and politicians think that this is a win-win situation also when it comes to Norway and United States.
I know that it's very difficult to predict what comes next, but taking all of this into account, what do you think about this topic? Will this disappear from the media agenda, or it will still be there for the next months?
The Arctic is getting more and more important, but when it comes to the case of Greenland, I think that the whole world is second-guessing, trying to find out what does Mr. Trump want to do next. And that is completely unpredictable, so I think your guess is good as mine, Adam.
Thank you very much. Let this be the final remark of our discussion. Thank you, Johann. Michał.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching us on the first episode of EJO Talks, and see you again. Bye-bye.